So we will wait for 1 to 2 minutes, then we will start our session.
Yes, sir.
Hello. हाँ हाँ बोलो. हाँ 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 हाँ. अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा. हाँ हाँ हाँ. আচ্ছা 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 ঠিক আছে. আমি কথা বলবো. ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ পাঠিয়ে দাও, আমি ইয়ে করে দিচ্ছি. ঠিক আছে. হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ. আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক. হুম হুম হুম, ঠিক ঠিক. So we will start. Okay. So before starting the today's session, uh, we will discuss in the previous lecture that the sine function, that means the sinusoidal function, the exponential function, the polynomial function, and how the J transformational modeling that will performing for the different functions, right? Supposed to be, if we are considering the sinusoidal function, what will be the J transformational output? If I am applying the sinusoidal function, what will be the operational output after applying the J transformation, right? And then what will be the cosine function if we have to obtain the J transformation of a cosine function, right? So we have to perform the J transformation, and what will be my output, right? So these things we will discuss today. I give some one homework regarding this. Okay, so first I have to share my screen so that you will able to see what the things we will discuss in the previous lecture. All right, so I have to share something. Okay, so is my screen is visible? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
fine,
sir.
fine.
Yes, sir.
So, yesterday we will discuss this thing, right? That means we are discussing about the sine function, okay, sinusoidal function. Okay, so considering the sinusoidal function, and we are applying we have to obtain the j transformation of this particular function, and it will coming like this. It will be coming like this, right? So again, we have to discuss. This is your home task. So, would you did this or not? You did this or not? Again, we have to told these things. Okay, how the we are applying the j transformation of a cosine function. Have anyone did this? Deepak,
Yes, sir.
have you did this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So is your answer will becomes whatever I told, or whether any other answer will come? Yes, Deepak.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Fine. So I will told you that how. We are discussing the sinusoidal function. Again, I will discuss the cosine function. So first, we have to discuss these things. How this particular output that will come after applying the j transformation of cos of omega t. Okay. So after doing the partial fraction, so what is actually coming? Okay. So if I am applying the j transformation, okay. So, yes. Now, if suppose we give one example, right? Example is obtain the jet transform of a cosine function. The cosine function is x of t, as we will considering the time function, right? So cosine function means we will considering cos of omega t, where x of t is equal to cos of omega t when we are considering 0 less than t, right? And it will be considered as 0 when t greater than 0. Sorry, sorry, t less than 0, right? So if we proceed in a similar manner as we will discuss in the previous way, if I applying the j transformation, okay, of a cosine function, then what is happen actually? Okay, so if I am applying the j transformation, now we have to apply the j transform, right? So how could I apply the j transform? We have to apply the j transform like this. Okay, so if I am applying the j transformation, so it will come x of z, that is equals to the j transformation of cos of omega t, right? Okay. Again, if I am applying the j transformation now, that means half of cos omega t means what? I already told you, cos of omega t as per the mathematical expression is concerned, e to the power j omega t plus e to the power minus of j omega t, right? Now we have to apply the j transformation of e to the base power j omega t plus e to the power minus j omega t, right? Is it? Okay, so now we have to again simplify this equation, right? So if I am applying the j transformation of e to the power j omega t plus this, so it will come like this: half of it should come 2 minus e to the power minus j omega t plus e to the power j omega t, okay, into z inverse, as we are applying z to the power minus k. So it will come z to the power minus, so we are applying the z inverse, divided by 1 minus 1 minus e to the power j omega t plus e to the power minus j omega t into z inverse plus of z to the base minus 2. That means we are expanding this particular equation having a z transformational mode. Okay. So again, if we have to simplify this equation, so my x of z, that will come how 1 minus 2 z inverse. So that will come 1 minus z inverse of this one is your cos omega t divided by 1 minus 1 minus 2 z inverse 2 z inverse cos omega t plus z to the power minus 2. Okay, again if I will simplify these things, then it will come z square minus z of cos of omega t divided by z square minus 2z cos of omega t plus 1. So if we are having a simplification of a cosine function, okay, so my z transformation will be coming like this. Okay, so after, from where it will come, from there, where it will come, it will doing, we are doing the partial fraction, and then it will come. Okay, same as if I will doing the z transformation of a sine function. If we will doing the z transformation of sine function, then it will come like then it will come like this. If I will bring the z transformation of the sine function, supposed to be, if I am doing the z transformation of the sine function, so again, so if the x of t is equals to the sine of omega t and 0, where 0 less than t and t less than 0, then we have to apply the z transformation in the both sided. So again it will come x of z, that is equals to the z transformation of sine of omega t. Okay, so as we are already told in the previous lecture, that this thing, the sine of omega t is equal to 1 by 2j into e to the base plus j omega t minus e to the power minus j omega t. So for that cases, the sine of omega t, we will consider 1 by 2z into e to the base j omega t minus e to the base minus j omega t. That means we are applying the z transformation of this. So we are applying the z transformation of 1 by 2j into e to the power j omega t minus of e to the base j omega t, right? So if I am applying the z transformation, this will be the imaginary part, so it will be coming out, right? Then it will come, if I will z transformation of this same as the cosine function, it will come 1 divided by 1 minus e to the base j omega t z inverse, right, minus of, again this one, 1 divided by 1 minus e to the base minus j omega t into z inverse, right? Now if we will bring again simplify these things, it will come 1 by 2j. Now we have to simplify these things. we have to simplify this equation. It will come the lower part, the 1 minus e to the power j omega t. Then we are coming this one, that means plus of e to the base minus j omega t z inverse plus z inverse z to the power minus 2, right? So one second, I have a call, right? One second. हाँ हेमंत सर. हाँ सर बोलिए. हाँ थोड़ा क्लास ले रहे हैं, क्लास लेके हम जा रहे हैं सर. आप थोड़ा लंच कर लीजिए, करके जाएंगे. ठीक है, ठीक. Okay, so it will come like this. So the now again we have to simplify these things. If I will simplify these things, if I will simplify these things, it will come. If I will simplify this equation, and the upper part will come into na. So it will come z inverse of no, sorry, not z inverse. It should come e to the base co. So it will come e to the base j omega t minus e to the power minus j omega t into z inverse. So upper part. So if I will simplify this equation again, then it will come it is j omega t. So it will, if I will simplify, then z inverse of sine of omega t, right? The values will be this sine of omega t into 1 minus 2 z inverse cos of omega t, sorry, capital T, cos of omega t plus, this is cos, this value will be cos of omega t. So that is why it will be considered, right, into plus z to the power minus 2. So if we are doing the simplification using the function of z, then it will come z of sine of omega t divided by z square, this z square minus 2z cos omega t plus 1. Okay, so this will be my x of z for the sine function, right? This will be if I am applying the Z transform of a sine function, or we can say it should be the sinusoidal function, right? Okay, so we will find the cos function, right, and we will also find the sinusoidal function. Now again another example I will discuss. Whatever I told in the previous lecture, that thing. Okay, in the previous lecture I will told you that type of equation. Okay, so that type of equation we will solve, right? So we have to solve this equation now. So now we have to solve this equation, that we have to obtain the Z transform of x of s, that is equals to 1 divided by s of s plus 1. Now you have to apply the Z transformation, right? So for finding out the corresponding Z transformation, so we have to convert the x of s into x of t, because Z transformation we have to apply. So first we have to convert the x of s in x of t, and then we have to find the Z transformation of, then we have to find the Z transformation of x of t. The first we have to, so before applying, how could we obtain these things? Suppose this is your equation like this. Okay, you have to apply, you have to obtain the Z transformation. So first, what are the steps? So what are the steps? First you have to convert the x of s that will considered in a Laplace domain, right? You have to convert this Laplace domain to a Z domain. Okay, so Z domain, that means it's a x of t. That means first you have to convert the x of s to x of t. Then you have to apply the Z transform of x of t. So this is the one approach. This is the one approach you can do this. Okay. Another procedure. This is the one procedure. Okay. This is the one procedure. So another procedure. Another procedure is you have to approach to expand the x of s. That means you have to expand the function x of s using the Laplace transformation. Okay, using the Laplace transformation, right? Expand the x of s into a Laplace transformation using Laplace transformation, and then whatever the output you are getting after doing the Laplace transformation of x of s, okay, you have to did the partial fraction. Then you have to did the partial fraction, and use a Z transformation table. Using a Z transform table, I will told you what the Z transformation table is. Z transformation table to find to find the Z transform to find the Z transform of the expand function, of the expanded terms. The expanded terms will come from where? The expanded term will come from the Laplace transformation and the partial fraction. Okay. So whatever the output we are getting after doing the partial fraction, then we have to apply the Z transformation of that particular extended term, like this one. I've already told you. That means this will be my supposed to be the function, and we have to expand this particular function using the partial fraction. Then we have to did the Z transformation of this particular expand function, like this. This is the another method to do this things. Okay. So what we have to did. So this is the two process we can approach this type of equation is there. If this type of equation is there, so there will be the two procedure to approach to doing the Z transformational mode. Okay, so another approach will be there, but we cannot discuss these things because this will be for the higher applications part. Okay, so we will discuss this part in the later on. Okay, so using the inverse Z transformation also we can did this, right? So we can did using the inverse Z transformations also, right? So first, what we have to do? So my function is this, right? So if we first we have to convert this x of s into a function of x of t. Okay, so if I will doing the Laplace transformation of this, so the equation from the table of Z transformation, it will come like this. So if I will doing the inverse Laplace transformation of x of s, that is, means inverse means we will considering the Z transformational mode. So if I will considering the x of t, so the values of x of t of this particular value will be 1 minus 1 minus e to the power minus of t, where 0 will be 0 less than t. So hence we can say that if I am applying the Z transformation of this, Okay, it will come x of z. Okay, so now we are applying the z transformation of 1 minus e to the power minus t, right? So if I am applying the z transformation of this, so it will come like this: 1 divided by e to the base minus z. That means it will come 1 minus z inverse minus of 1 divided by 1 minus e to the base minus t into z inverse, not minus t, just small t. Okay, so it will come like this. That means we are expanding this function using the partial fraction. Okay, you should have to understand the partial fraction before doing all the examples. Okay, so for if you are do not understand the partial fraction, we have to follow the mathematics book. Okay, how from there it will come. Okay, right? So if I will, now we have to apply the z transformation of this particular expand function. So it will come like this. Okay, so it will come like this. So 1 minus z inverse into 1 minus e to the power minus 2 z inverse. That means we are doing the multiplication, right? So it will come 1 minus of z inverse into 1 minus e to the base minus t z to the base minus 1. In the lower part, in the upper part, it will come 1 minus e to the base minus t into z inverse, right? So again we have to simplify in the form of z transformation. It will come 1 minus e to the power minus t into z. That means we are doing the inverse z transformation to the z transformation mode. That means it will come z minus 1 into z minus e to the base minus t, right? So 1 second, I have a call. Okay, I'm coming. 2 minutes. Okay. Hello. 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 Okay, so sorry for the interruption. Okay, so where we are doing these things. Okay, so if I will do this type of jet transformation, then it will come like this. Okay, so it will come like this equation. So x of t, sorry, x of z. That means if we were doing the jet transformation of x of s is equals to 1 by s plus 1, s of s plus 1, I think. Yes, s of s plus 1. So after doing the z transformation, it will come it will come 1 minus e to the power minus t into z divided by z minus 1 z minus e to the base minus t. Okay, so this will be the another example. Okay, so I told you again and again, you have to thoroughly check the partial fraction. Okay, so here we are doing the step jumping. Okay, step jumping, as we will know these things, so that is why we are doing the step jumping, right? So you have to follow the partial fraction in the mathematics book, then only you will read these things, otherwise not. Okay, so I give you another example. Okay, so before discussing these things, okay, so we have to work out on a Laplace transformation. That means before doing the Laplace transformation, we have to read the J transformation, that will be commonly encountered functions that will be very useful for solving the problem in the field of a discrete time system or the advanced control system, right? So there must have some table, एक table है J transformation का, a table that will help you for doing the analysis, for doing the application of a J transformation, if the examiner will give the different kind of functions. Okay, so from the table you have to find, you have to encounter the different functions very easily, okay, by solving the problem, okay, in the field of advanced control system. Okay, so what are the table? I will show you the table. Okay, in the previous lecture I will discuss you the table will be contained the x of s. Okay, the table will contain x of t. Okay, the table will contain x of kt, right? Or the table will contain x of k, the same thing. Okay, and the table will contain the final values of the J transformation x of z. So that thing you will be, that in the table, that thing will be shown. Okay, so I will show you the table. Okay, so using this particular table you have to mugging up, either you have to mugging up the table, or you have to calculate the J transformation before finding out any such kind of functions, right? So first you have to, what to do, you can find out using the partial fraction, but if you do not doing the partial fraction, you have to mugging the table. Okay, then you have to implement this particular functions, okay, accordingly to a to the J transformation modeling, right? So what the table is, so I will show you the table. Okay, so the table will be look like this. Yes, yes. So if I expand this thing, so okay. So is that table is visible? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for the values of k, keep remind these things. This will be the table. Okay. So where we can say that that this one, right? So x of s, there will be that the term which will be known as a impulse function. Okay, as we will consider the impulse function. If I will consider the impulse function, supposed to be the impulse function. In case of a impulse function, in case of a impulse function, we are considering the impulse function like a del t, right? Okay, so if I am doing the j transformation of del t, okay, so the j transformation, you keep remind these things. If I will bring the j transformation of this particular impulse function, it will come 1. Okay, j transformation of del t, that will come the values of 1. So that thing it will show in this particular graph. If the values of del 0 k, that means del k will be vary from 0 to infinity. Okay, so when the k value equal to 0, so that will be 1. When k not equal to 0, it will become 0. So after doing the j transformation of del 0 k, that means after doing the j transformation of del 0 t, or we can consider it should be del 0 x k, sorry, kt, or we can consider it should be considered at del 0 x, like this. Okay, so the value, if after doing the j transformation of del 0 t, then it will come the values of 1. Okay, so this will be 1. So whenever in any function you will find this, you have to put the values of j transformation is 1, right? Now again, if we will bring the n minus k, Okay, so then n minus k del 0. Again, we are considering the impulse function, right? So del 0 n minus k. So if we will doing the z transformation of this, it will come z to the base minus k, as k is equal to 0 and k not equals to 0. When k is equal to 0, then k will be considered as 1. When k not equal to 0, it will be considered as 0. Okay, so these are the tables which we have to marking up, right? So z to the power minus k. So I will show you these things. So here we will these things z to the power minus k, right? This function, after doing the z transformation of this, if this kind of function will come, you will strictly go to the, suppose this type of function will come, suppose k will be vary from k will be vary from 0 1 2 dot 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 up to n or up to infinity, then you have to put the values of z transformation is z to the base minus k. Okay, so the same thing we will see in this particular table. Accordingly, if the Laplace transformation of x of s is 1 by s, so if we will doing the z transformation, if we convert the x of s to the x of t, then it will come 1 of t, right? Someone is coming. 1 second. Okay, so if it is a 1 of s, that means suppose your value is, x of, sorry, capital X of s is equals to 1 by s, and someone is told you have to obtain the z transform. Okay, so first we what we have to do, already I will told in the previous example, ये वाला एग्जाम्पल तुम लोगों को दिखाए थे, s of s plus 1. Now, what my this is? This is 1 by s. So if I will partial fraction of these things, then it will divide it like this. Okay. So if we will bring this, so what we have to do? We have to convert this x of s after x of t. Okay. Then you have to apply the z transformation of x of t. Okay. Is it just like this? I will told you. That means you have to convert the x of s to the x of t. Then you have to apply the z transformation of x of t, right? So now same thing. So it will come, if it will be considered 1 of t. If we will bring the, so then it will come, if we will bring the x of t, that will come 1 of t, right? Okay. So, and if it is a x of kt function, then it will come, if it is a kt function, then it will come 1 of k, right? If it is a, then if we are doing the z transformation of 1 by s or 1 by t or 1 by k, then it will come, that means x of z, then it will come 1 divided by 1 minus z inverse, if the value will be this. In case of a Laplace transformation, that means x of s is equals to 1 by s. This is the formation from the Laplace transformation. If I will convert the Laplace transformation to the z transformation, so then it will come like this, right? This will be the conversion process. This will be the conversion process from Laplace transformation to z transformation. Okay. Okay. So again in the next, so you have to check all the table. Okay, you have to, this is for the exponential function. This is for the exponential function. If x of s is equals to 1 by s plus a, then your, if your output value will be x of t is equal to e to the power minus at, as I will told you, the exponential function. If it is a kt function, then it will be considered as e to the power minus of akt. Then it will come 1 minus 1 divided by 1 minus e to the power minus at z inverse. The same thing which I will derive in the previous lecture. where it is gone. In this part, there we have to find. Yes. So this is for the exponential function e to the base minus of 80. See, see these things. Z divided by z minus e to the base minus 80. That means 1 divided by this term. See, see this term. The same thing we will see in this part. Right? That means we are finding these things after doing the partial fraction. If we will mugging this equation, you have to directly apply if any such kind of function will be there. Right? So this is for my exponential function. This is for my ramp function. Okay, ramp function and the unit step function. Right? This is for this particular term is for polynomial functions. Okay, this particular term is for polynomial functions. So each and every function we are finding out the x of z. That means we are obtain the z transformation of each and every function. So you will see that 2 divided by s cube, this will be under the Laplace domain. Okay, keep remind these things. The table under x of s is in a Laplace domain. Okay, the function which will be show in this particular part is in a Laplace domain. Okay, and the table under show in the this particular part is actually show in a Z domain. Right? Is in a Z domain or the so that means this is in a Z plane and Laplace domain means it should be considered an S plane. Okay, so keep remind these things always that the Laplace domain when we have to find the function like a s supposed to be 1 divided by s of s plus 1, 1 divided by s square s plus 1 like this, 1 divided by s of s plus 1 s plus 2 like this particular function. Okay, this particular function like this type of function, it should be considered in a s plane, right? S plane. Okay, then we have to doing the Laplace transform or the Laplace domain. Okay, but if the term it should be considered as 1 by z minus 1, supposed to be 1 by z inverse minus 1 like this, then it should be considered in a z plane, right? Then we have to apply the z transform, right? So these are actually the difference between both are same, both are the mathematical tool for finding out the analysis, for finding out for designing the control model. Okay, but there is some difference. We are doing the Laplace transformation in a S plane and we are doing the Z transformation in a Z plane. That is the difference. Okay, okay, I think I have to check. So I think we have to stop the session for today. Okay. So I have another work. We will again re-meet in the same timing if the time will be available for me. Okay. Otherwise not. Okay. So do practice the different kind of functions from the book. Okay. Whatever book you have available, or you can download the book and you have solved the different kind of functions. Otherwise, it should be very difficult. Okay, and before doing the j transformation you try to look the mathematics book for the partial fraction. Okay, this is very important. Okay, okay, so thank you. We will stop the session for today. We will again re-meet in the same timing. Okay, thank you. All are requested to leave the session for today.